Hello student, I am your APD ma'am and this is your second class on the chapter Nutrition in Animals. And today we are going to discuss the digestive system in human. Now as you know, the mode of nutrition of the human is holozoic nutrition. And to commit the holozoic nutrition, there is a special type of system known as the digestive system. Okay, now see here the components of the digestive system. Now we can divide the components of the digestive system into two categories. First one is the alimentary canal and next one is the digestive glands. Now the alimentary canal starts with the mouth, the opening. Okay, and after the mouth there is a space which is known as the oral cavity, and after the oral cavity there is a pipe like structure known as the esophagus or food pipe, and after the food pipe there is a bag like structure known as the stomach, and after the stomach there is a long coil structure known as the small intestine, and after the small intestine there is another structure known as large intestine, the whole grainy part. Okay, and after the large intestine the another opening that ends the alimentary canal is the anus. Okay, now these are the components of the alimentary canal. Now there are several types of digestive glands. Now first start with the salivary gland. Now salivary gland is present inside the oral cavity or the buccal cavity, and the next digestive gland is the gastric gland. Now this gastric gland is found in the wall of stomach, and then the intestinal gland which is present in the intestine, and the next one is the liver. Now liver is present adjacent to the stomach. Now see here, this is the liver, red color. Okay, now the pancreas. Now pancreas is present between the liver and the stomach, the leaf like greeny part. Okay, now these are the components of the digestive system. Okay, now start our discussion with the first one is mouth and oral cavity. Now mouth is the opening and it opens into a space, that is the oral cavity. This whole portion is the oral cavity and this opening is the mouth. Now oral cavity bears three parts. First one is the salivary gland. Now these are the glands, salivary glands. Next one is the tongue, and third one is the teeth. Now start with salivary gland. Now inside the buccal cavity there are three types of salivary gland. First one is the parotid gland. Now parotid gland is present just beneath the ear, and next one is the sublingual gland. Now lingual means tongue, that means under the tongue there is another type of salivary gland known as sublingual gland, and the next one is the submaxillary or submandibular gland. Now this is present beneath the lower jaw. Okay, but what is the importance of the salivary gland? These salivary glands secrete saliva. Now saliva is a sticky watery secretion. It makes the food soft and help in the swallowing, and apart from this it also moist our tongue and hold the buccal cavity, and also it carries a special type of enzyme, lysozyme, Now this lysozyme enzyme actually kills the germs that are mixed with the food materials. Okay. Now the next part is the tongue. Now tongue is a muscular organ present at the lower floor of the buccal cavity, and tongue is important for the tasting of the food. But why the tongue can taste the food? Because the tongue carries taste bud. Now if we see the tongue under the microscope, then we can see that there are several finger like projection, and inside the finger like projection there are several taste buds. Okay. Now there are 4 types of taste buds related to sweet, related to bitter, related to salty, and related to acidic taste. Okay. Now taste bud important for the sweet taste are present at the tip of the tongue, bitter at the posterior portion of the tongue. The salty and acidic taste bud are present at the side of the tongue. Okay. Now next part is the teeth. Now teeth are the hard calcified structure, and teeth are embedded into the gum, and the portion of the gum in which each and every teeth is embedded is known as the socket. Okay. Now there are 4 types of teeth. First one is the incisor. Next one is the canine. This is the canine. Third one premolar, and the next one molar. These 4 types of teeth are present in the buccal cavity. Now incisor is present just anterior part of the mouth. Now these 4 and these 4 are the incisor, and after the incisor there is the canine. Now incisor is important for cutting and biting, whereas canine is important for tearing of something, and it's very sharp and well developed in case of carnivorous animals. And after the canine there is the premolar. These 2 is the premolar, here also these 2, here also these 2, and here also these 2. Okay. Now the next one is the molar, last 3. Now premolar and molar are important for chewing and grinding of the food material. Okay. Now see here, that is the dental formula or the arrangement of the teeth in the buccal cavity. Now see here, there are 2 types of teeth are present in the human. First one is the temporary teeth or the milk teeth. That means after a certain age it's shaded, and the next one is the permanent teeth. It remains up to the death. Okay. Now if we see its arrangement, now let's see, we divide the gum into 4 quadrants: first, second, third, and the fourth. Now each and every part, see here, the incisor is 2, canine is 1, premolar is 2, and the molar is 3. Now this pattern is repeated in every segment. Now if we see 2 by 2, that means these 2 and these 2, canine 1 by 1, this one and this one, and premolar 2 by 2, these 2 and these 2, and the molar these 3 and these 3. Okay. Now that means 4, and all total there are 32 teeth in case of adult one, and in case of child or baby, that is 20. There is no premolar teeth in case of baby, and the number of molar is 2 rather than 3. Okay. Now this is a dental arrangement or dental formula. Okay. Now the next part is the esophagus. Now esophagus is a long muscular pipe-like structure that connects the buccal cavity and the stomach. Okay. Now this esophagus is important for the transfer of food bolus from the buccal cavity to the stomach. How? Now this food pipe shows a rhythmic contraction and relaxation. Now see here, contraction and the relaxation. For this, the food bolus gradually moves downward, that means towards the stomach, and this rhythmic movement is known as the peristalsis. Okay. Now the next part is the stomach. It's a muscular bag-like J-shaped structure, and it connects the esophagus with the small intestine. Okay. Now stomach has 4 parts. First one cardiac, next one fundus, third one the body, and the fourth one is the pyloric or pylorus. Okay. Now at the surface of the stomach there are several ridges, and these ridges is actually contains the gastric glands, which secretes lots of digestive enzyme involved in the digestion of protein and fat. Okay. Now apart from this gastric gland also secretes the HCl, hydrochloric acid dilute, and for that the pH of the stomach is acidic, and this HCl is important for the killing of the germs and also the activation of the digestive enzymes. Okay. Now the next part is the small intestine. Now after the stomach, the long folded coil structure is the small intestine, and this small intestine actually connects the stomach and the large intestine. Okay. Now small intestine is very important for the complete digestion of carbohydrate, protein and fats, because inside the small intestine there are numerous intestinal glands, and also in the small intestine the bile duct and the pancreatic duct opens, and this also secretes some digestive enzyme, and that's why in this portion of the digestive system the complete digestion of the food happens. Okay. Now apart from the digestion, this small intestine is very important for the absorption and the assimilation of the food, and for this absorption and assimilation the wall of the small intestine possesses numerous finger-like structure that are known as villi. Now see here, this is the wall of small intestine. Now if we grossly see it under the microscope, then these finger-like structures are known as the villi. Now villi are surrounded by the arteries and veins, that means blood vessels. Okay. And also the lymphatic vessels, and these blood vessels are important for the transportation of the absorbed food material to the cell. Okay. Now see here the whole processes. Now this is the villi, and villi is surrounded by the artery and the vein and also the lymphatic vessels, and these are the food materials, okay, depicted in the violet, green and the red marking. And after the absorption of the food material into the small intestine through the villi, they go to the blood vessels and the lymphatic vessels, and these vessels deliver the material to the liver where they are utilized by the cell, and this is known as the assimilation. Assimilation is actually the process of absorption of the food material to the cell, and absorption is actually the taking up of the digested food material into the blood vessels, okay, through the villi. Now all these part are executed by the small intestine. Now the next part is the large intestine. Now after the small intestine, the another part is known as the large intestine. Now large intestine is important for the absorption of the water, salt and also the undigested materials processing. Now here the unwanted part of the food material are passes to the rectum where it is stored and converted into the fecal matter, and the large intestine actually contains many microorganisms that are worked on the undigested or unwanted part of the food, okay. Now these are all about the components of the digestive system and their functions in the digestion. Now read properly. Thank you.